Welcome to the Media Hunt Report. Well, it's been 10 days since we tuned in last time and so much has happened since then. So we're going to talk about the Gold Coast and Brisbane in particular. Firstly, we'll start on the Burleigh beachfront. Allure Property Corporation, they're a local development company. They have just lodged plans, hot off the press, lodged today for a luxury residential project. It's going to be called 88 Burleigh, that's the address on the Esplanade. They lodged plans with the council. Probably we'll have that out in about 6 months. It'll be another project that's going to really transform Burleigh Heads, and it really does appeal to that downsizer market. Burleigh's really a hotspot at the moment. The Weekend Australians run a story just last weekend on Burleigh as a hotspot, and that's demonstrated by some of the resales of the existing product there. Remembering that there's a lot of new projects coming, but once they get the DAs through, that can be up to 6 months. Then there's a construction of sometimes up to 2 years, but people want to live there now. So the resales market is hot to trot, and there was Scott Wagner is one of the local agents, and he's actually sold a one-bedroom apartment in a project that was built in the 60s for $2.465 million just last weekend. So unbelievable what's happening in Burleigh. It really is the hotspot in Australia, and you can see why. There's just so much activity. Further up at Southport, Robert Badalotti, he needs no introduction to the Gold Coast property scene. He's been on the coast developing. He's done about $12 billion worth of projects. I was with him yesterday. Over the last 30 years, that's what he's done. It's incredible what he's done. He's one of the kingpins of the development industry, and he's reporting very strong sales at Imperial Square. They've revised their master plan. It is really going to be the key project in Southport, which is the Gold Coast CBD, over the coming years. It's quite exciting what they're doing in terms of sales. They've got plenty of announcements coming up in relation to revisions to their master plan. It's really good for Southport. It's a real shot in the arm for Southport, and Robert's got a lot to say about what's going on in Southport, so you'll probably hear about that in the next few weeks. In Brisbane, we'll move to Brisbane. We haven't really focused too much on Brisbane the last 12 months, other than our recent report on Pecos Group doing their project at Kangaroo Point. We've got Honeycombs Property Group. They're Townsville based, but they've done plenty of work in Brisbane, and they've just announced a joint venture to develop a $140 million project at Kelvin Grove with a financier called MaxCap, which is very well known in the finance industry. And that's going to be a $140 million transit-oriented development. It's going to be mixed use. There's a lot of commercial, some great announcements about some of the key tenancies that they're going to have there. Honeycombs have worked for 3 years on this. They were the preferred tenderer awarded by the state government. They've worked very, very closely with the state government to bring what they think is a fantastic transport-oriented development to life. And we'll be launching that project for them in the coming months. It's a really amazing project for that Ferny Grove area in Brisbane, so stay tuned to that. That'll do us for now. There's plenty more coming up. We've got so many announcements, and we'll tune back in the next week or two and fill you in on the latest news. Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll talk soon.